ready to go.
Okay. Good morning, everybody, and welcome back. And for you new people out there, don't forget to subscribe. We appreciate it, and it's free. So anyway, today we're going to work on a little Echo hedge trimmer that I picked up. Now, when I bought it, I got it at a decent price, and the carburetor is missing parts completely. So we're going to start off by seeing if she'll start with a little bit of starter fluid, and we'll look around and see what we have for a carburetor for it. So let's get started. Okay, let's pull the air cleaner off. Now we already got a look inside the piston, and it looks really nice. Air filter looks good, so that's a keeper. Let's go ahead and pull the carb off, throw a little starter fluid in it, and see if she kicks a little bit. There you go. Now we can leave it right here and give it a try. Yep, she's going to need some fuel lines too. Let's see what we get. I'm not feeling much on that so far. I do feel a pretty good amount of compression to her. We did look at the cylinder, and that looked okay. So let's see if she's got spark. Oh, we should also see if she turned on. And there we have it. We have spark, and she will run. You would think you'd need a carburetor for that to work, wouldn't you? But you don't. It won't run very well this way, but it will start. So we know we're one carburetor away, so let's look at our little box of goodies and see what we've got. Oh, we don't have a good looking carburetor for that matches exactly. So we're going to go ahead and order one. And we'll see you tomorrow, and we'll get to work on this guy. Now, those of you that come around here occasionally know that I just don't like hedge trimmers. Don't know why, they just weird me out. I just imagine my fingers getting lost on these blades. So let's get to work and get a carburetor on this one and get it out of the shop before I lose a hand. Whoops. There we go. I always pull the fuel lines out first, because these things come out a lot easier with the fuel lines off. And half the time you can just Ouija a screwdriver in there and pop it right out. Just like that. And there you go. Pressing it in is a whole different story from dragging it out. Now to press it in, let's pull them all off, put our new plug in. And because you don't have the lines in the way, the plug flexes a lot better with the lines off. You do have to use your little fuel line fisher tool when you do it this way, but that's okay. That's still easy enough. Okay, come on, buddy. Get in there. Let's grab our handy-dandy screwdriver. Try to Ouija her in there. And use care not to hurt your gas tank when you're doing this. You're going to wreck this little plastic edge around this. Okay. La la la. Come on, buddy. Oh, there's one little piece. And there's the other little piece. And the other little piece is hard to get to. Let's rotate her around. Putting pressure on it to try to get her to fall in. And there it goes. Okay, now I'm going to use the pliers to rotate it a couple of times to get it to seat up nicely. I'm going to try to anyway. And there you go. Now it looks like it belongs there. So let's put our fuel lines back on. We'll grab our little fish tool and we're going to treat it just like any old fuel line job. Now, this one will do from the other side. You might even be able to push it through. You never know. First one might push through. Second one might push through. The third one we're going to have to fish. No, not quite. We're wasting our time there. Put this in, randomly look for a hole. Well, not entirely randomly, but you know what I mean. Okay, we'll hook this one on first. It's kind of backwards the way you'd normally do it. Normally you're pulling them through the other direction. But I fought these quite a bit before I started doing it this way. You see she's coming a little at a time. She's coming, she's coming, she's coming, she's coming. There it goes. Now it's far enough into where I can probably grab it. Let me look in the little hole, get a good grip on her, and give her a pull. Now I'll put her in her spot, which is right under here. There it is. This is just an air vent for the tank. Let's stuff you in there. And I'll pull you a long ways, and you're good to go. Next one we've got is the fuel line. Now we're going to do the fuel line last. Let's do the return line next. I suppose we could go either direction with the fuel line, but with this little guy in particular, this is easy peasy. There we go. I'll hook her on and feed her through gently. Notice I'm putting my finger inside the tank. It's to keep the hook on my fishing tool from catching on the rubber. I pulled that through a lot farther than I needed to, but that's okay. And now, last but not least, we'll pull the fuel line through this way. Easy peasy. On this, doing the fuel line is a whole lot more work than doing the actual carburetor. The carburetor is just a couple of screws and you're done. There we go. Let's ease that through. You can see her coming. Don't want to go too fast. See it coming in. There she is. We'll take our pointy pliers, pull her through a little bit more, and go ahead and tuck this in. And now we're not going to bother cutting anything until we have our carburetor in place. Except maybe cut the angle off of that. Perfect. Okay. The fuel lines can be a little bit obnoxious working through these rubber things, the rubber grommet, but it's not all that much harder than any other one. Now we're going to take our good old little carburetor, and the first thing we're going to do is hook up our linkage. I always do the linkage first. That way, if there's a problem, you'll know it up front. Mm-hmm. Everything looks nice and proper. Now that's funny. Now it looks nice and proper. Okay, where's our air cleaner at for this guy? Okay, I'm going to keep that on the floor over there for the moment. Need a gasket? Yes, we do. I look at the face of the carburetor and this, and there are no holes to speak of. So as long as the gasket fits the hole correctly and seals, we're good to go. And it looks good. We've got our original gasket there. Okay, let's grab a Phillips bit and tighten her up. And then we'll put our fuel lines on. There's one. And there's two. That's pretty close to as tight as you want to get. You don't have to get world-class tight with these. You just want to be nice and snug. Okay, that looks good. I think I threw the wing nut over my shoulder when I was doing this. That's fine. La, la, la. It's all about neatness. I always try to make it a point to put everything away in between every job. And in the beginning, you saw that when this one came, it came pre-broken. Let's pull our little vent line up and get her in place. I guess we're pulling our little fuel line up, aren't we? Okay, now let's pull our little vent line up and get her in place. Get her over the top of everything. There we go. That's why you want to leave a little slack in the lines before you do anything, before you cut them short. Because these, if we had cut them what we thought they were going to fit, then they wouldn't fit at all. Okay, let me get some gas. Got some gas. Okay, everything appears to be flowing well. Let's put the gas away. Gas doesn't need to be around the excitement of running engines. Unless, of course, it's inside. Put you guys here, and we'll turn it around and give her a run. That seems to have taken care of it. Okay, let's choke her down. Give her a pull. Oh, she gave it a try. Let's take the choke off. That one came out pretty good without even tuning it. Every now and again you'll get lucky and the tune that comes with the carburetor is actually close to right. As a lot of you know, I really don't like those little hedge trimmers. Don't know why, it's just the one tool I'm just not fond of. I just imagine something bad going on with that big blade. But this one's up and running, and it sounds pretty good. The tune right out of the box came out pretty nice on this one. That doesn't happen very often with an aftermarket carb. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.